Kabale District local government has handed over items to head teachers of schools that have been benefiting from the Uganda Multisectoral Food Security and Nutrition project as the project closes in the district. The district started implementing the project in the 2016-17 financial year before Rukiga District was carved away and therefore was being implemented in 100 schools, including 61 schools in Kabale and 39 in Rukiga District. The items which were given to each school included 2 wash tanks, 1 dustbin, and a stainless steel tank for drinking water worth millions of shillings. The project that was multi-sector in nature encompasses sectors like health, education, and agriculture. The core objective of the project was to increase the production and consumption of micronutrient-rich foods and utilization of community-based nutrition services in smallholder households in the project areas. The priority areas of achieving the project objective included delivery of multi-sector nutrition services at the community levels, demonstration and adoption of agricultural food practices, and utilization of community-based health and wash services at the project sites in the beneficiary schools.
And tighten it so that water shouldn't pass through. Then it's done, it makes a corner. Now, you get this tap, you also put it in here.
Speaking at the handover of the items, the senior fisheries officer for Kabale District, Jennifer Twebaze, who has been the project focal person, said that the items were procured under the component of WASH, whose aim was to improve the sanitation and hygiene in these beneficiary schools. She implored heads of schools to ensure that there is sustainability of projects despite the closure of its funding.
kandi n'ebyamarwariro eri kutwatiraho kandi n'ebyo mu ishomero kandi component emwe ahari ebyo ebirege ya wash ikwe wash ngeno barebire ngo nikirungi kusiga batwata mukono mu bya wash no kutugurira ezi materials ezirimu etanka ya mizigo kunywa eri kusya lita 200 tindi kumanya abana bayishomero ryanyu ne banywa lita zingahe buri zoba konka ezininka demonstration mwayika kikabakoleraje nimubasha kutisa n'abazire mugure ekindi kikukira harye eki ninga shimugure yekindi tikwe kugira ngo abana abanyamizi marungi kandi bashwa byahwira mani batuherezayo no bubutanka kugira ngo abana bitu babase kwega kunabo mu ngaro kutuli kukira kwijo mu mashomero ganyu twe twanturambura nitwemerera tureba abana bazo wakamina yaba barabari kari kantu bakanabo mu ngaro abamwe tureba nibirukane barawe kiri kumasana babatakimanyirire ngene umubegese gubo mucwe gwabo kugira ngo bana baza kurya abana bo mu ngaro bana barugowe kamina bashubi banabo mu ngaro kandi bashuba batuhereza neco kunagame bisinga amashomero ganyu gatagira kasasiro eri kutoro kunoku ebisingo mugume mu bitemu rero nicyanguhira no mwana muto kukisindika nico haberire hebiziga kiri user friendly no mwana muto nakisindika kugira ngo amashomero gitu gabe gagire hygiene eyo mutima no buturi kwendera project ninjire twirene twegesa tikwe ebi tutwire ntwega kumare myaka mukaga hati tutandike tubito mu nkora tutakine bo kutwata mukono kitukwasire kitwakwasire embibo timuzine oko wanyu ngeno mugumizemu nangwa ekirungi itwaba mu education itwe bakakora kanso ya tupasingira resolution yo kugira ngo buri shomero ryo narigire ki school garden neri taryo mu project ngeno kirija kuba kibi munonga itari mu project ryakoraje kukira nibo twirenoyega kumare myaka mukaga.
The Kabale District Senior Education Officer Robert Ambele expressed concern that during their continuous visit to some schools, they realized most wash items that these schools received in COVID-19 period were left to waste, and therefore urging them to ensure to put items into right use.
Babitwereka biri hano ngeni twechetu no kumekinga sure ngo twabikozesa maximum re to satisfy our needs. Tugire kugira kuza mu mashomero mingi ibi babahe bya covid waza kubibuza tibicyabagaho arayina arazoshanga kimwe kikunami ekindi kirareba hinguru so ebe bintu bibatuha mu making sure ngo mwabi maintaininga kurungije make sure that you maintain them very well. Nkoku coordinator yakigambire ibi bintu biraza kutuyamba ahamagara gate abana bashimiye ko baranywa amezi ba master bakanywa amezi azagagiriye ki azagateke.
The Principal Assistant Secretary of Kabale, Gordon Manzi, also urged the recipients to put these items into proper use and under the guidelines, lashing out at these head teachers who received irrigation kits under the same project but failed to utilize them. He also added that although the funding the project has ended, the school heads should ensure that they replicate what they have learned and also educate other schools on how to implement the same.
Issues which are cross-cutting for the betterment of our nation. So, today's function, I may not repeat what the others have said, but of course, as they have said, we have closed the project, but these are items which are supposed to be taken by schools which are benefiting from the project. And as they have said, this is not the end of the project practically, but as per the funding. Because we are expecting you to duplicate what you have learned, and even other schools to learn from you what you have been, of course, implementing. That's why, of course, for us we passed the resolution that every school should have a demo garden. So they should be learning from what? From schools. There are some two issues, of course, I want to put forward. One is concerning funds utilization. We tried by all means to always invite you to let you know how much money you are having at balances. And many schools had to act and visit the funds. But it's unfortunate, now we have 80 million, which is not absorbed. And I think this is not a good picture. Though to us it is a small thing, but it may be a big thing in the face of the what? Of the funders. So I am imploring you, whenever you have a project in a school and you're given items or you're given funds, please ensure there is a maximum utilization following the guidelines of the what? Of the project of the program. Of course, like what I know, you are all head teachers. Regulations are what? Applicable. So please ensure that whenever funds are given to you, they are used maximally for the right purpose and as per what? Guidelines. Then also, of course, there are some schools which receive the funds when we are closing the project which have not implemented. You know what you put down as the worker plan. Implement as per the what? Per the worker plan. Then number two, performance of the project. We have had done some monitoring and supervision, and some have excelled in schools, others have not excelled. Both of them examples of schools which are not naming, which received the irrigation kits. But the way they were delivered is the way they are what? They are now. They are even in stores. So let that practice not be of the same with what? The hand washing facilities, the water tanks for drinking, and this is the what? That's because I know those schools by name and even where they are.
Presiding over the handover of the items, the Kabale District Vice Chairperson Maria Akankwasa Tugume expressed optimism that the items donated to schools will go a longer way in improving sanitation and hygiene in schools, which is one of the ways of fighting diseases.
Yo kureba ngo abana bitu bo hansi batunga amagara marungi kugira ngo banywa amazi marungi banaba ngene baza ahantu hahayonjo aza baja ngo wabo yine amagara marungi uratunga ubugeiga. So government ya Uganda turagisima na sekusima kureba ngo ez project zona zera leta irabiri kuyamba abana bitu. Shibensime project coordinators konka ba coordinators mwareba ngo ebintu kuba byohereza kuruga kuri haza byija byashobora byahike yibiri kuza naco turakisimira ho mukama sime na ba coordinators abarabikora kino butwabere turi gukora monitoring ya project kaza mu mashomero gatari hasi yikuni washangaga nkaidi message ati mgenu ebi bintu nibirungi konka biyo kura solve accountability ati it's a headache konka. I want to appreciate those who were able to do the accountabilities kandi nabo batabasize ndahamya nabo ni baki wa comparinga 80 million buri tamu twatungaga miliyoni 1 mitwaro 9 na zinga ni 2 na mukaga buri mwaka